I love the Beatles. Especially you, Ringo. So in 2020, when I found out about the existence of the Beatles Rock Band, I was ecstatic. A Beatles video game? I've always wanted that my whole life, and here it is, right in front of my face. Too bad it's the Wii version. The Beatles Rock Band has become one of my favorite video games of all time. Like, it's right up there with Red Dead Redemption and Half-Life 2. I love this game to the point where I made content for it. Anthology project. This game right here helped me get through depression. Yes, a silly video game with a bunch of hippies and trippy visuals helped me get through depression. I also got into the community and met so many amazing people willing to help out if I had problems with the game or making my custom DLC. Thanks to them, I may or may not have created cursed abominations that never should have existed. So how did this game come to be? It couldn't have just simply popped into existence, right? I mean, well, it could have, but for this case, no. The game was developed by Harmonix and published by MTV Games. It was also distributed by Electronic Arts. Oh. It all started when at a luncheon, the president of MTV encountered Donnie Harrison, son of George Harrison. Donnie loved the Guitar Hero games, and when he heard about Harmonix's plans for Rock Band, Donnie proposed the idea of having a whole Beatles Rock Band game. He then proposed the idea to Harmonix's president, Alex Rigopoulos? Sure. Who approved of the idea and went to whip up a prototype to show to the shareholders of Apple, those being Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, Yoko Ono, and Olivia Harrison. Harmonix's shareholders showed an early prototype of Here Comes the Sun at the meeting with Apple shareholders. Apple shareholders greenlit the idea and were also brought onto the project to help with feedback, sharing different ideas, and fact-checking certain elements of the Beatles. The project went under the name Project 9, named after the song Revolution Number 9 from the White Album. They were even able to get Giles Martin onto the project and get all the original tapes and use audio software to isolate the instruments into separate tracks. At last, the game was released September 9th, 2009. Get it? Because it's Revolution 9? Clever. It was also promoted at E3 2009 with Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr giving off the presentation.
I like the way I walk. Yeah, so
It was released on PS3, Xbox, and Wii. Xbox is the best to experience the Beatles Rock Band, hands down. It's the best looking one and has fancy shadows. Wii is obviously the worst one of the bunch. I mean, look at it. The Beatles look like frickin' dolls. When I first experienced the Beatles Rock Band, I had the Wii version. Unfortunately, it had to be the worst version, but despite that, I still had fun. Like, sure, it didn't look great and all, but it's still the Beatles Rock Band. It's just the same game, just worse.
Intermission.
What's with the maid outfit, you ask? Well, apparently it was for Halloween, as my creator said. He made me put it on, okay? Against my will. Ugh, it's so tight on me, my chest is so exposed. What was I talking about again? Oh, right, the Beatles Rock Band.
End of intermission.
The Beatles Rock Band plays like your normal Rock Band game. Push the respective button on the fretboard and press another button to strum. That is, if you're on guitar and bass. Drums and vocals are a bit different. With drums, you have a whole kit and sticks. You smack the color-coded pads that appear on the game at the right time. Vocals, you just have to sing at the right pitch to get the points. At its core, Rock Band is pretty simple, but damn it could be hard. The Beatles Rock Band compared to the other Rock Band games is kinda easy in my opinion. Like, the hardest song I can think of that's not custom DLC is The End, or Mr. Kite. Don't even get me started on trying to full combo or gold star those songs. I can't even full combo Twist and Shout to save my life. But even then, the game is so much fun, I could literally play for hours and hours on it. Just trying to full combo and then raging when I miss that one note that is like the easiest on the song. Damn it! The game could take like maybe a couple hours from start to finish on story mode. Oh yeah, this has a story mode. The story mode isn't really that special, to be honest. You do get these cool little cutscenes as you transition to different eras of the Beatles, but other than that, it's just playing their songs in chronological order. I mean, you also do unlock photos and videos as extras for beating the songs depending on how many stars you get, but it's still not that special. Later on during the game's lifetime, Harmonix also released DLC of Sgt. Pepper's, Rubber Soul, and Abbey Road. The good part is that those are really good albums to make a DLC out of. Bad part is, well, that's all we got. We didn't get any more DLC after that. And why is that, you may ask? Well, if you didn't know, the Beatles licensing costs a pretty penny, and Harmonix was having a hard time keeping up the licensing costs as the Beatles Rock Band didn't sell as well as they hoped. So they had to stop the licensing deal and had to stop selling the DLC on the in-game stores. If you wanted to get the DLC now, well, you're kinda out of luck. Unless you have a time machine, then you will never be able to get the DLC again. Speaking of DLC, let's talk about what most people would want me to talk about. The custom DLC. What, you don't know what custom DLC is? Well then, it's basically fan-made downloadable content that expands the setlist of the Beatles Rock Band. Like, say you wanted to play, Flying. Sure, Flying. That was not in the original set list or available as custom DLC. But thanks to a certain project dedicated to adding custom DLC to the game, you can now play your favorite instrumental on the Beatles Rock Band. At the moment, there are 3 main projects making custom DLC. There's the one that started it all, the main custom DLC project. Then there's the Solo Career project, which focuses on the Beatles' solo careers after the breakup in 1970. And lastly, the Anthology project. The main custom DLC project focuses on doing what Harmonix couldn't finish doing, and that is bringing the whole discography into the Beatles Rock Band. And they do a damn good job. Like, some of these you can look at, and you would think they were officially made by Harmonix. They even put the freaking Magical Mystery Tour bus in the game. Like, what? It's insane the stuff they do with that game. Go and support them. They are the finest makers of this stuff. The Solo Career project is just on the same level as the main custom DLC project. They added custom green screens and custom projections. They even edited one of the mini venues to make it nighttime, which just really adds to the custom itself. If you want a good idea of the amazing stuff they do, go watch their Jet music video. It's just amazing to watch and quite mesmerizing too. And then there's the Anthology project. I made a broken George Beer texture that didn't look so great, so I had to get rid of it on the final project. Now that I think about it, the project has never really done anything mind-blowing or revolutionary. But that's okay, not every project needs to do something crazy to be interesting, right? Right? Also, can I just mention how much of a pain in the ass it is to upload a Beatles Rock Band video? Like, you have to file a dispute, wait 2 days, only for it to get taken down after a couple days. Like, sure, I could just leave it silent or just use a cover, but it's just not the same. I don't know how some people get away with it though, and that makes me jealous. Like, you look at some people's gameplays, oh, they're still up. But then when I try to make one and upload it, no, it gets taken down. Like, what kind of bull crap is this? YouTube, you are bull crap. And UMG, I will strangle you. I will strangle you. Yes, strangle. I will always look back at the Beatles Rock Band as the game that introduced me to so many more Beatles songs. Before I played the Beatles Rock Band, I only knew like a couple songs here and there. But when I played the Beatles Rock Band, I was fully expanded into the Beatles catalog. I listened to every song and every album they made. I was taken aback by many of these songs. Some not so much. But nonetheless, this game is so important to me. It also helped my channel grow and get me to where I am now. Like, I'm pretty sure 80% of my subscribers are from the Beatles Rock Band community. And I have to thank you guys for the support you've given to me over the months. I also have to thank Harmonix for making one of my favorite games of all time and inspiring me to make my own music, which I haven't because I'm still garbage at guitar. And thanks to the Beatles Rock Band community for supporting the Anthology project and helping out when my dumbass couldn't figure out a simple problem. And well, thank you for watching. Alright, can I take this stupid maid outfit off now?